Everyone asks me the same question. How is a 16-year-old girl teaching chemistry to high school students? The answer? I'm not 16 anymore, but nobody knows that yet.
My name is Maya. By day, I'm your chemistry teacher. By night, I'm still processing how I got here.
But the real question is, how did I go from being the girl everyone pitied to the woman everyone respects? It all started 1 year ago. I was 15. I had everything a girl my age could want. A boyfriend. Best friends. A future that felt solid. His name was Jake. He was perfect. Or at least, I thought he was. We had been together for 2 years. 2 years of memories, inside jokes, and promises. It was supposed to be our perfect anniversary night. I wore the dress he loved, red, elegant. We were laughing, talking about the future, college plans, where we'd live. It felt like a real future, the kind you see in romance movies.
Then she walked in. Sarah, his ex-girlfriend, the one he said he was over.
And I watched as his eyes changed. Watched as he left the table, left Emmy, to go talk to HER for 3 hours, while I sat alone in that red dress, feeling like I didn't exist. He called me that night. "It's not you, it's me," he said. But we both knew the truth. I cried for days. My best friend Priya tried to help. She said I'd move on, that this hurt would fade. But it didn't fade, it transformed. I made a decision that night. I was done being the victim in someone else's story.
I was going to become the author of my own story.
I didn't need revenge on Jake. I needed to become the woman he'd regret losing.
The woman he could never have, no matter how hard he tried.
Starting that moment, everything changed. Every day, every decision, every moment was about becoming HER. I started small, every morning at 5 a.m. The gym. My body wasn't just changing, my mind was changing too. I was building myself from the ground up. Every muscle. Every mindset. I didn't stop at fitness. I started advanced courses. Online certifications. I accelerated my high school curriculum, while other girls my age were at parties. I was in my room, studying, growing. I finished high school in 11 months instead of 4 years. I went to college online. I got my teaching certification at 15. 6 months in, I walked into a salon and cut my hair, added gold highlights. The girl in the mirror looked like a stranger. A more confident stranger, new clothes, designer pieces, not to impress anyone, but to impress myself. I started dressing like the woman I wanted to become. And slowly, I became her. I didn't recognize that girl. And Jake? He wouldn't either. My guidance counselor said it was impossible. But I wasn't in the mood for possible anymore.
I was in the mood for inevitable.
1 year after the breakup, I applied to teach at my old high school. Under a new name, new look, new identity. When they asked why I was so young, I smiled and said I was gifted. They believed me. I walked into that chemistry classroom, same hallways I used to cry in. Same building that held all my pain. But I wasn't the same girl anymore. I was transformed. Inside. Outside. Completely. First period. Roll call. The classroom door opened. And I was ready. For 2 weeks, Jake tried to pretend he didn't recognize me. But his grades started dropping. His focus was gone. He couldn't look me in the eye during class. And I could feel him falling apart. He finally came to my classroom after school.
Maya.
And I looked up from my desk, calm and collected. Yes, Jake, it's me. He got angry. He said this was unfair. That I was playing games.
And you know what I did? I smiled. I became a teacher, Jake. Not to punish you. But because I realized something that night you left me.
Miss Maya? Can we talk? So I invested in myself instead. For 2 weeks, I watched him spiral.
It's you, isn't it? He finally acknowledged what he'd done.
He broke down. Actually broke down.
I've been looking for you online. I realized after graduation leaving you was the biggest mistake of my life.
Because his anger meant he cared. And his caring meant I had already won.
This is unfair! You're playing games with me! You had no right to be here!
Said Sarah left him after 3 months.
You're doing this on purpose! You want me to suffer!
But here's the thing about revenge fantasies. They feel amazing in your head. But when you finally have someone at their lowest...
I became a teacher, Jake. Not to punish you, but because I realized something that night you left me.
You realize revenge doesn't actually heal anything.
I was wasting my potential on someone who didn't deserve it, so I invested in myself instead. I told him I forgave him, not for him.
And you know what? I forgive you, Jake. Not because what you did was okay, but because
She deserved better. She deserved everything I had become.
That same day, Sarah walked into my classroom. She'd transferred to our school for junior year after being homeschooled. Sarah, she didn't recognize me at first. Until I said her name.
And I saw the shame wash over her face.
I didn't lecture her. I just told her that I understood why she did what she did. That young girls are taught that winning at any cost is the goal. But I'd learned the real victory is becoming the best version of yourself. Not for revenge, but for you.
So people ask me, how did you become a teacher at 16?
The real answer? I didn't just become a teacher.
I became someone I respected. And that is a lesson nobody can teach you. You have to learn it yourself. And when Priya saw who I'd become, she cried. Not sad tears, proud tears. The best kind.
She became the girl she needed to be when she was 15.
And that girl became unstoppable.
Her teaching videos started going viral, inspiring thousands of girls. She started receiving recognition, not for revenge,
I need that.
but for her excellence. Messages from East Asian girls saying she inspired them, changed their lives.
She became the woman she'd promised herself she'd be.
The same hallways that held her pain now held her triumph.
And she realized she'd already won. Not against them, but for herself.
She didn't just become a teacher, she became a mentor, a role model, an inspiration. The transformation wasn't just physical. It was spiritual, mental, complete. She was only 16 when she became a teacher. But her impact would last a lifetime. The girl who was once broken became the woman who broke barriers. And the most beautiful part? She had more wisdom to share than any 16-year-old should have. Not for revenge. Not for him. But for yourself. Because that's the lesson nobody teaches in school. That becoming the best version of yourself is the greatest victory of all.
I became a teacher at 16 Anode. My students have no idea.